All right, boys and girls, collecting like terms. When they're talking about collecting, that means to put together. The collector from Guardians of the Galaxy, he was known for taking things and keeping them all in one place. So when you're talking about collecting, you're putting things together. Like means the same. For example, that kid and Sebastian look alike. They look kind of the same. So when we're talking about like, we're talking same. And terms, we know terms because we went over that in math last week. Those are just numbers and letters that are put together. So when we're collecting like terms, that means we are putting the same terms together. So here we go. There's collecting like terms. Now, what does that mean that we're putting the same terms together? Yes, sir. Yeah, it looked like you're going to raise your hand.
I'm going to, but then I was thinking as I was raising my hand.
All right, let me write a bunch of terms down. A, 4A, B, 3B, C, 7A, B, C, 8, A to the second power, 9, B to the second power. Can you tell me which terms are alike or they are the same? Yes.
The B and the 3B, the A and the 4A.
All right, so we're looking here. These two look the same, and these two look the same. Anything else that's the same?
The 8A and the 8A squared with the 4A and A.
Oh, so you're saying this goes along with this? I'm going to put a question mark. Yes.
4A and 3B go with 7ABC.
So you're saying this and this go with that?
No, 4A and then 3B.
That and that go with that? All right. Well, let me just stop there for a second. And the C you're saying. I will tell you this. The only like terms are the ones that I had circled or squared. So when we're talking like terms, they just mean they are the same, they are the same letter or letters and the same number of letters. So that's what we're talking about, the same. I don't know why you're not writing this down.
I am a little.
Oh, you are? Oh. So we're talking they have the same letters. Like here, these have the same letters. And they have the same number of letters. This has one A, that has one A. So they're alike. I can combine them. That has one B, that has one B. They're alike. I can combine them. This has one C, this has one C, but it also has a 7A and a B. So they're not the same letters. If they had an A and a B here, then I can combine them. I'll write down other things that I can combine with them. So for this guy, we can combine like 9C. I can now combine those two. If I had a -4 ABC, now I can combine those two. If I had a 3 A to the second power, I can now combine those two. And if I had a -16 A, B to the second power, I can now combine those two. So these are all like terms because they have the same letters and the same number of them, one of each. Right here, there are 2 A's. This guy has 2 A's. This has 1 A and 2 B's. This has 1 A and 2 B's, so I can combine them, yes.
Would 8A to the second power plus 3A to the second power be that be 11? Like, how would that be 11 eighths of the fourth?
There you go. So, well, remember, 8 to the 4th power would mean you're multiplying 4 a's. But if we're combining them, we're going to be adding or subtracting them. So you're not multiplying anything. You're just dealing with the numbers.
Well, if we were to do 8a times 3a to the second power, then that would be 24 to
8 to the 3rd power. Or this. Yeah, if you're multiplying them, yeah, it'd be 24 8 to the 4th. But when we're talking about collecting them, collecting is only by adding or subtracting. That's what we talk about when we're collecting them together. We're adding them or subtracting. Let's just say adding. I'm not going to say subtracting. The key is just know what the sign is. Use the signs that are with it. So if it's a negative number here, are these signs same or different? So I have to subtract. Are these signs same or different? Same, so I have to add. If I put a negative here, are these signs same or different? Same. So we have to add. So in general, let's just call it adding. Subtracting is just such a negative term. Let's just call it adding. I just added the sign right now. So it doesn't matter. Add the sign there, it's not going to change anything. All right. So we're going to be combining like terms, combining things that are the same. How would I do this thing? Yes, ma'am.
You can do 3ab plus 6ab, BA.
Oh, so you're saying we can combine them, but they don't look the same. This says AB, that says BA. Why do you think we could combine them?
Because they both have 1a and 1b.
They both have 1A and 1B. So if you're like, oh, this is confusing me because they're switched around, just remember, when you're multiplying or dividing a bunch of terms or a bunch of items, it doesn't matter what order you multiply it in. That is called the commutative property. Most people learn that, 4th grade? Maybe you didn't learn it in 4th grade. But either way, you learned it with me in 6th grade. So it doesn't matter what order you multiply or divide in, so just put it in alphabetical order. Now you can look at that and say, oh, we'll combine it. So very good. You can combine these two first. Let's just go in order. That's going to be 9ab minus 7ab. So if you have 9 of these things and you're taking away 7 of these things, what do you end up with? Well, you have 9 and you take away 7. You will have 2. 2ab. Yes, sir.
How come it wouldn't be 9AABB?
Because AABB means that you're multiplying. But are we multiplying? No. Nope. So you can't do that. If you were multiplying them together, then yes. But then you'd be multiplying 9 times 7.
So that's what I meant when I was asking.
Okay. Oh, now you know. Yes.
So like what you said, it doesn't matter what order.
Correct. If you look at this one term, you look at this and say, I want it to be in alphabetical order, you can switch it around. Because this means 6 times B times A. And so we can't multiply because we don't know what B is, we don't know what A is, we just leave it like that, but we just put it in alphabetical order. All right. That's the main idea. What if I had this? I don't want to write that. I'll just let your work speak for itself. If you're concerned about math and collecting like terms, please play this video again. If you are an expert at this great cause here of combining like terms, then watch this video. You might enjoy it. If you want to see my previous video from a couple weeks ago, or today, or whenever you're watching this, watch this one. But don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and watch over and over again.